Ladies and gentlemen, good day. I would like to congratulate IATA for the launch of this inaugural World Safety and Operations Conference and express my gratitude for this opportunity to present ICAO's perspectives and priorities for the vital topics you will be addressing here. I regret that I could not be in Hanoi with you today to participate in this landmark event, which holds the promise of ramping up momentum towards the number of our common priorities. As I look through the agenda of this conference, I see there is indeed much overlap with ICAO's priorities focus areas. Moreover, the distinguished and respected speakers contributing to this event will provide quality insights and perspectives that will enrich everyone's understanding of the challenges ahead. Safety always has been the first priority in aviation. It has always been key to unlocking the full potential of our industry. This will continue to remain true even in these times of very dynamic technological, political, economic, and climate change. This is underscored by the extensive topics included in this stream. And this reflects our collective ongoing commitment to continue to improve safety and to look for new and innovative ways to further develop and focus our resources where they are most needed. Risk-based approaches such as those addressed at the beginning of the safety track will allow the industry to ensure the limited resources that are targeted to the right place and will continue to provide the maximum return. Safety leadership is, of course, key to ensuring that proactive approaches continue to support the safe evolution of global aviation, which is a complex socio-technical system. I am thinking of priorities like the effective implementation of safety management systems and state safety programs. Continuous learning is also central to safety, and we need to work collaboratively to ensure that available safety methodologies and tools are used appropriately to achieve our objectives. Now, ICAO currently perceives three broad challenges to safety in the near, medium, and longer terms. Firstly, we must understand the climate crisis as a safety issue for aviation. To put it in another way, there are interdependencies between environmental protection and the safety of flight. This is one of the reasons why aviation's own decarbonization efforts are directly beneficial to our sector. Secondly, we must assure that new entrants are integrated with the same safeguarding of safety that underpins our air navigation across the aviation ecosystem. Thirdly, we need to ensure that we have the capacity to realize these objectives and to assure the continuity of operations as we know them today. Within this challenge, I would like to highlight our priorities around training, cabin safety, and accident investigation. While decarbonization is the largest challenge facing aviation, we are already on the right track with our communal commitment to net zero carbon emissions. As the President of the ICAO Council highlighted in his opening address to the recent Air Navigation World event in Montreal, this will rely on multiple factors, including innovative technologies, more efficient air navigation routes, and sustainable aviation fuels. Sustainable aviation fuels will be particularly crucial. Airlines and aerospace managers have key responsibilities in pursuing the operational opportunities to support this goal. I would like to highlight the upcoming ICAO events that have been designed to support you in this work. Firstly, Singapore will host our ATM procedures today from 23 to 27 October this year. Many of these procedures, if not all of them, have a net positive effect in the environment. Then this November, ICAO member states will meet in Dubai at the third ICAO Conference on Aviation and Alternative Fuels, also known as the CAF3 event. Policies, financing, and implementation support for these fuels will be on the agenda of CAF3, and the emergence of a global framework is envisioned. We are all highlighting that by deploying SAF, lower carbon emission fuels, and cleaner energy, every state has the opportunity to become a fuel producer and reap socioeconomic benefits going far beyond the decarbonization of air transport. We invite you to support this advocacy and our associated efforts. I would now like to turn to the wide range of new entrants that are poised to enter the market, transforming the short to medium range intra and intercity market, and in due course developing into short international operations. Considerable work is ongoing at ICAO to facilitate the safe development of unmanned aviation and advanced air mobility, which is a priority focus area for ICAO. I would like to recognize the important contributions of IATA to ICAO's work in these areas. ICAO continues to develop provisions to enable the certified category of unmanned aircraft operations, namely internationally operated remotely piloted aircraft systems, or ARPAs, primarily under instrument flight rules in controlled aerospace and at controlled aerodromes. Additional work on advanced air mobility will look at develop a holistic framework and vision related to advanced air mobility and to serve as a focal point for ICAO advanced air mobility related work to ensure global interoperability and harmonization. Supporting these efforts, ICAO will host the Drone-Enabled Symposium in Montreal later this year under the theme Innovation and Infrastructure Developments Supporting the Future for Unmanned Aviation. This will be followed by the first Advanced Air Mobility Symposium, the Advanced Air Mobility Symposium of 2024 next year. Our ongoing collaboration with the International Forum for Aviation Research, or IFAR community, has revealed that crossovers from these new entrants to the more traditional aviation arena should be expected in the medium term, and we must ensure we are ready for this eventuality. A key issue here will be how these new aircraft are operated and what level of automation they will use. In our own work program in ICAO, we are already beginning to look at the challenges brought by the increasing level of automation in modern aircraft. While this clearly affords much of the way of benefits, we need to be mindful of the potential issue that becomes with increased reliance on the onboard systems. An ICAO expert group will soon deliver a first version of a study report based on various data sources, which will provide leads for ICAO to work on to mitigate new hazards and risk induced by the increasing level of automation on modern air transport airplanes and its effect on potential degradation of pilot skills in flight path management during flight manual operations. I look forward to hearing about the outcome of your discussions in this area. The interest in automation is linked to our third broad area of concern, which is sufficient capacity. One primary challenge in the introduction of new types of aircraft is the training that will be needed for pilots and support staff to safely operate those aircraft. Here, we see an increasing appetite to train aviation personnel according to a competency framework in a competency-based training and assessment methodology. This practice replaces using a set of prescriptive tasks defined in a syllabus, especially in the case of a new type of aircraft and a whole new concept of operations. The work of ICAO on competency-based training and assessment, strongly supported by IATA, continues to develop this approach. An ICAO expert group is looking at how to better integrate competency-based training and assessment in our standards, to have better guidance to stimulate the use of CBTA, and to reach a standardized implementation facilitating license recognition. This ICAO expert group is also looking at how to define appropriate metrics to gather training data worldwide. This will support the discussion on experience and expertise requirements for a license issuance. I am also pleased to see a focus on cabin operations here. This is the area of safety that the traveling public will be most familiar with, and we must continue to ensure the highest standards of training and proficiency. Safety of the operations is maintained daily by these professional people, not just by emergencies such as evacuations. As innovative technology becomes available, we must see what we can develop to further enhance training for the crew. The use of virtual reality, for example, to provide more immersive and specific training scenarios could be one such area. As always, IATA continues to support this work on a global level with participation in the ICAO cabin safety group. In other areas too, we continue to see developments for enhancing not just safety, but also the efficiency of the operation. The future air navigation system will be heavily dependent on system-wide information sharing and collaborative decision-making amongst all stakeholders. The digital transformation work of IATA will have an extraordinarily strong synergy with the ongoing efforts of ICAO in this regard, particularly for the implementation of the flight and flow information for collaborative environment services and connected aircraft concepts. While on this topic of information exchange, I would like to take this opportunity to reiterate ICAO's and IATA advocacy on the vital importance of sharing the outcomes of accident investigations. The important role that accident investigation authorities around the world have played in achieving today's high level of safety by preventing accidents can never be overstated. I would like to confirm that ICAO strongly supports the independent investigation of aircraft accidents and serious incidents with the aim of preventing future accidents without apportioning blame or liability. However, when an accident investigation does not issue a final report and relevant safety recommendations, it is a lost opportunity to improve safety. I am pleased to inform you now that work is underway to strengthen ICAO's documentation for the timely release of final accident reports to address this shortfall. ICAO is working on updated provisions and practices to shorten the time for states to complete investigation and issue final accident reports. Also, provisions are being deliberated for more timely issuance of preliminary updates of investigation progress and safety recommendations during the investigation. In addition, amendments to manuals and training packages are being developed addressing the responsibility of states to issue final reports in a timely manner. The new IPAC on ADREP is an example, and more will come. Besides the priorities I have just addressed, you will be covering many other crucially important challenges and opportunities that lies ahead, such as the information revolution, full connectivity, and service delivery for which cybersecurity resilience is fundamental. Whether these discussions are focused on modern approaches to safety, the ongoing revolution on digital information and connectivity, or any of the many other topics on your agenda, I wish to encourage everyone present to be courageous in your explorations and open and adventurous in your consideration of what will be possible for air transport in the exciting years ahead. You have a very full schedule over the next few days, and I look forward to hearing more about the discussions and the outcomes in the way forward. Before concluding, however, I would like one key consideration in terms of turning our ideas into reality. The ICAO global plans for air navigation and aviation safety are living documents that point us to a higher performance future for global air navigation and aviation safety, as well as a roadmap for investing in the new capabilities and implementation. I therefore wish to encourage all stakeholders to refer to these plans in their decision-making to ensure a fully informed and cooperative approach. ICAO's mission is to transform visions and plans into implementable safety and air navigation standards and guidance. Through these outcomes, we help assure certainty not just for the operations, but also for investors who are fundamental to the achievement of our collaborative goals and vision, and also for passengers, of course. This in turn points to the need to continue enhancing our global collaboration mechanisms. I would like to conclude on that point. ICAO is eager to consider your insights on how we can assist with coordinating advances in the field more rapidly so that the benefits can be seen much sooner than later. In closing, I wish you all fruitful and constructive discussions, and I thank you very much for your attention.